The story of the Los Angeles Dodgers is as much a journey of place and people as it is a story of baseball. From their humble beginnings in Brooklyn to becoming one of the most iconic franchises in Los Angeles, the Dodgers have continuously adapted, innovated, and inspired, creating a legacy of excellence and resilience. Here's how it all began and how they evolved into the Dodgers we know today. The Brooklyn beginnings. In 1883, in the bustling neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York, a group of passionate baseball enthusiasts banded together to form the Brooklyn Grays. These early years were far from the glamorous image we have of professional baseball today. Games were often chaotic and occasionally even dangerous, with few of the formal rules or structured leagues we're familiar with now. By the late 19th century, the team joined the National League and became known as the Brooklyn Bridegrooms, a moniker given to them after a wave of the players married around the same time. Brooklyn was a blue-collar town, and the fans loved their team for its scrappiness and resilience. The team went through multiple name changes during these early decades, including the Super Boss, but one name eventually stuck: the Dodgers. This name was inspired by Brooklyn residents' knack for dodging streetcars as public transit crisscrossed the city. The team's identity and style were shaped by their rough-and-tumble neighborhood, which made them the people's team of Brooklyn. The Golden Era and World Series aspirations. The Dodgers had their first taste of World Series success in 1916, facing off against the Boston Red Sox, led by a young pitcher named Babe Ruth. Though they fell short, the series marked the team's entry into high-level competition. However, it wasn't until 1941 that the Dodgers became a perennial contender. Under the leadership of manager Leo Durocher and players like Dolph Camilli and Pete Reiser, they won the National League pennant and squared off against the New York Yankees in the World Series. Though the Dodgers lost, a rivalry had been kindled, one that would help define New York baseball in the years to come. But it was in 1947 that the Dodgers made one of the most courageous and consequential decisions in the history of sports. Team executive Branch Rickey signed Jackie Robinson, breaking Major League Baseball's color barrier and changing the game forever. Robinson's courage, resilience, and undeniable talent transformed the Dodgers and catalyzed change not only in baseball, but also across the United States. Robinson's debut with the Dodgers wasn't just a sports milestone. It was a moment of cultural significance, a powerful strike against racial segregation. Robinson's success opened doors for other African-American players like Roy Campanella and Don Newcombe, who would go on to help the Dodgers build a powerhouse team. In 1955, after years of heartbreaking losses in the World Series, the Dodgers finally triumphed, defeating the Yankees to bring Brooklyn its first championship. Led by legends like Robinson, Campanella, Pee Wee Reese, Duke Snyder, and pitcher Johnny Podres, the Dodgers' victory brought joy to fans who had waited decades for a title. The move to Los Angeles. As Brooklyn celebrated, the Dodgers' fate was changing. By the late 1950s, financial pressures and the limitations of Ebbets Field led team owner Walter O'Malley to consider relocating. California, with its post-war population boom and favorable market, was the prime target. After contentious discussions and much to the despair of Brooklyn fans, O'Malley moved the Dodgers to Los Angeles in 1958, making them the first major league team on the West Coast. Los Angeles embraced its new team, though it took time for fans to connect with players who had come from across the country. O'Malley built Dodger Stadium, an iconic ballpark set into the hills of Chavez Ravine, which opened in 1962. Dodgers games became a must-see event in LA, with stars from Hollywood attending regularly. In their new home, the Dodgers built a reputation for success and innovation, particularly in pitching. The Dodgers' 1960s were defined by the brilliance of pitchers Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale. Koufax, often regarded as one of the greatest pitchers in baseball history, had an incredible run from 1962 to 1966, winning 3 Cy Young Awards and pitching 4 no-hitters, including a perfect game. The Dodgers won the World Series in 1963 and again in 1965, with Koufax and Drysdale at the center of their success. The Dodgers became the quintessential LA team, representing glamour, toughness, and excellence, building a legacy of innovation and success. As the years passed, the Dodgers maintained their culture of success and innovation. Under the management of Tommy Lasorda, who became as much a part of the franchise as any player, the Dodgers won 2 World Series titles in the 1980s, in 1981 and 1988. The 1981 season was particularly memorable, as it was marked by a mid-season players' strike. However, the Dodgers, led by rookie pitcher Fernando Valenzuela, emerged victorious. Fernando Mania swept across Los Angeles, bringing new fans from the city's Latino communities and uniting a diverse fan base. In 1988, the Dodgers pulled off one of the most memorable upsets in World Series history, defeating the powerhouse Oakland Athletics. In Game 1, an injured Kirk Gibson, barely able to walk, came off the bench to hit a walk-off home run in one of the most iconic moments in baseball history. Gibson's home run, coupled with Orel Hershiser's dominant pitching, secured the Dodgers' last championship of the 20th century. Ownership changes, financial difficulties, and the rise of new competitive teams meant that the Dodgers had to wait over 30 years for another championship. The team struggled at times, yet consistently produced talented players like Mike Piazza, Raul Mondesi, and Clayton Kershaw. As the team entered the 21st century, it looked for ways to reclaim its past glory. The turning point came in 2012 when the Guggenheim Baseball Management Group, led by Mark Walter and including figures like Magic Johnson, purchased the team. Under their ownership, the Dodgers transformed into a powerhouse again. They invested heavily in scouting, player development, and analytics, setting the stage for a new era of Dodgers baseball. Star players like Clayton Kershaw, Justin Turner, and Corey Seager, along with a strong supporting cast, made the Dodgers a dominant force in the National League. Despite years of regular season success and several National League pennants, the Dodgers struggled to secure the ultimate prize. In 2017 and 2018, they made it to the World Series but fell short, losing to the Houston Astros and Boston Red Sox, respectively. The 2017 loss was particularly controversial, as the Astros were later found to have been involved in a sign-stealing scandal. Triumph in 2020. Finally, in 2020, the Dodgers broke their championship drought. The season was unique due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which shortened the regular season to just 60 games and introduced a playoff bubble to minimize health risks. But the Dodgers thrived in this unusual environment, and led by stars like Mookie Betts, Clayton Kershaw, and Cody Bellinger, they captured the World Series title against the Tampa Bay Rays in 6 games. For Kershaw, a future Hall of Famer who had shouldered the team for over a decade, the championship was a well-deserved achievement that cemented his legacy. A new generation of Dodgers. Since 2020, the Dodgers have continued to build a formidable roster, balancing veteran talent with emerging stars. Under manager Dave Roberts, the team has remained one of the best in the league, winning the National League West Division multiple times and solidifying its reputation as a model organization. Players like Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, and a deep lineup of pitchers continue to make the Dodgers perennial contenders. The franchise has also embraced its role as a cultural institution in Los Angeles. Dodger Stadium is more than just a ballpark. It's a gathering place for fans from all walks of life, reflecting the diversity of the city. The Dodgers have invested in community outreach, youth programs, and initiatives that honor their past while building a future for the next generation of fans and players. Legacy and future. The Los Angeles Dodgers story is one of resilience, innovation, and adaptation. They have evolved from a neighborhood team in Brooklyn to a global brand that transcends baseball. They are a symbol of diversity, courage, and perseverance, with roots that trace back to the challenging days of integrating baseball and uplifting players from all backgrounds. The Dodgers have built an enduring legacy, one that honors both the spirit of Brooklyn and the glamour of Los Angeles. As they continue to compete for championships, the Dodgers remain a beacon of hope and inspiration, a team that has always represented the promise of a better future, both on and off the field. Their journey is a testament to the power of sport to unite, inspire, and create change. And with each season, the Dodgers add new chapters to a legacy that is sure to inspire generations of baseball fans around the world.